This is the 187th episode of CloudFocus Weekly for the 4th week of August 2014. This episode is titled Passing the Buck. CloudFocus Weekly is brought to you by Compliance Locker by Arkus. Capture all chatter posts, deletions, and files available for free on the App Exchange. Take it for a spin at compliance-locker.com. You can also just go to the App Exchange and type in Compliance Locker. Just got a couple more reviews for it, so go check it out. It is free, and it is lovely. Speaking of lovely things, I'm your host, Jason Atwood, and joining me for 187 times in a row, which is a lot, is Justin Edelstein. Justin, how you doing today?
It's a long month.
It is. This is
the 4th week of August.
7th week of, I don't know, is it really? I think it is, because I think we did one that was like
August 1st,
a
it
day.
must have been. Was
yeah.
that like the Friday or something?
The first week of, let's see. Yeah, August 1st was a Friday, so we did a podcast. So
there's going to be 5 podcasts in the month of August. It's a hot month.
That's true. Next week, we'll do one, still in August.
This month is hot.
Because it doesn't end until September 1st on Monday.
Wow.
So there we go. We have agenda.
Sorta.
We have a real agenda.
You think we did.
We have a blog post of the week, which is not published yet, but soon shall be published. We have some Winter 14 release notes, I guess, a tiny bit of news, because we're not really going to talk about them, but we're going to talk that they exist. And then we have 2, must be the Salesforce blog week, because we have 2 cool blog posts by them. Not that all of them aren't cool, but some of them aren't. And so we're going to go over 2 of them, 7 predictors of closed won ops, which is cool. And then they actually did an analysis of the ALS challenge. So we'll talk about that and fundraising and what it's been doing. And then we have some Dreamforce stuff, maybe a little peek. I do this every year. We kind of do a little tiny peek behind the scene of what it takes to actually get everything organized for Dreamforce. And then we will be out. What we'll be talking about, we'll talk about that at the end. Then we'll make our CloudFocus app pick of the week. Start with the blog du jour that is not out right now, but will be any day now. All about passing the release exam, so the certification release exam. So for those of you who are uninitiated into the world of Salesforce certifications, there are a bunch of them. I think there's 7, as I know. Yes, 7?
To my knowledge, there's 7.
7, yes. And there, 2 of them, or 2 of the tracks, the admin and developer track, have a, you have to recertify every 3 times a year.
Every release.
So, although I'm surprised they don't do them, although I don't want them to do them, but I'm surprised they don't do them for the other track, for the consultant track. They don't put in a release.
Me too. I think that you should just recertify everything. Although I'd get a little upset. You gotta pay $100 to keep your certification.
A year, not every certification.
So all of a sudden, it's like the more certifications you have, the
That's
more
true.
moolah.
Well, part of it keeps them. So this is certifying. This is being a Salesforce certified something, either admin,
Certified
advanced
professional.
admin, consultant, whatever. So they have releases, and then they have release certifications. It's basically 2 tests if you have admin and developer. And so this blog post, written by one of the many people who should never be named, although she would probably want to be named.
She's named at the bottom. She names herself.
Oh, that's true. Is all about reasons you're not passing your certification release. Maybe a little play on words, goading you into it. Here's why you should be doing it. I don't know if there is anybody who's not passing them. Like, do you know of a lot of people who just
don't pass the recertifications?
or just, I guess, get themselves uncertified by not passing them?
Only people who forget.
Right. They send you a couple emails.
I'll send you a couple emails. I mean, usually when the release notes come out for the next release, it kind of reminds me, I got to go back and get that right now. It's very timely blog post.
There you go. It is, because here comes Winter 14. 15. Oh, geez.
15.
Did I write 14?
Here comes. I don't know what you wrote.
I wrote 14.
Let
Winter
me change
15.
that.
That's crazy. It can't be 15 already.
It's Winter 15.
Winter 15. So
anyway,
yes.
There's a blog post about
passing them.
And some things that might be keeping you from not passing them.
I think the best policy, first of all, my indicator to pass them is whenever you take them. So you take them.
I take them.
And then you post inside our chatter, and you remind everybody that you just took them.
Right.
And that's my indicator to pass them. I do have an OmniFocus project that comes up and tells me to.
They're open book tests, people.
Right.
Like,
it's not that hard.
They're like,
get the release notes, open them up.
It's funny because in this blog post, the person who wrote it gave the advice to take the developer one before the administrator one. And my advice is the exact opposite. Is to take the administrator one first, then the developer one.
Right.
Because the developer one is just quite literally a subset of the administrator questions.
Well, there's usually 2 questions out of like the 10 that are not.
No,
it's 100% subset?
100% subset.
Oh, well then
there's like, usually it's somewhere between 10 and 15 questions for the admin one, and 15's on the high end. I think 13's the biggest one I think I've ever taken. And the developer one is somewhere between 4 and 7 questions straight from the admin one.
Right.
So it's like, why not take the admin one first and then go take the then pass it? No, you can go pass the developer.
Maybe
one.
people don't take it because they don't want to pay the $100. I don't know.
That's true, but what's the point in getting it in the first place? $200 to get it.
Right.
May as well keep it. Each. You may as well keep it.
Right. So that'll be out sometime soon.
Very soon.
Speaking of things that are out sooner than not, today was the Winter 15 pre-release notes
in HTML. At the same time as the PDF.
See, I'm a PDF guy because
I get it, but I was playing around in that I was flying around that thing. Yeah,
better.
It was better than last releases.
I just like scrolling through the PDF. It's
I
like
get
I
it,
read
but it was
like,
like I'm interested in this topic right now. Boom. And I get that you can do that in a PDF. If you have a good PDF reader, you just hop right to the section. But it was just nice to have it in HTML and just fly through. The website was very responsive. It was good stuff.
So I have not even touched
I took
it.
a peek.
So anything that just jumped out at you immediately that you're like, ooh.
Oh, no. Because I was just kind of
you really took a peek.
I was really just like,
it
was a sneaky peek. I was like, what's in sales? Oh, okay. You know what did catch my eye? The thing that we talked about that we thought was going to be in the last release, but is
banners.
In beta. No, that is in beta in this release, which is the lookups on activities.
It's in beta coming
in winter.
Oh, because it's in pilot, right?
I don't know if it's even in pilot.
It is in pilot.
I think it was listed as beta, which means go for it. There were some limitations on it though. Like reporting limitations, record type situations.
Ooh.
Go read them.
I'm just looking at I'm looking at the Salesforce A just to see if there's access your user record from the home screen. All right. I'm just looking for Salesforce A stuff. Sorry.
Oh.
All right. Well, we will do again if you follow the podcast or if you follow our blog, which you should at blog.argusinc.com. No reason not to. You know that we do a series on every release, and I'm sure the Blogmaster. I did have this open. Actually, I was going to talk about it because I had it open. The Blogmaster has set up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks worth of Winter 15 love.
Winter 15 extravaganzas before we then we pivot, as they say, into Dreamforce world of blogging.
So probably next week or the week after we could go into it.
Yeah. We could do it when I do the rapid reaction pod. I was going to say rapid reaction blog post.
I was going to say blog post.
Yeah.
Sure.
When that happens. I don't know. When is that? A couple weeks?
That's next week.
Next week
Yours
already.
is due.
You know, it's funny. I already wrote it. The other one that I was going to do. And then the release note snuck up on me. I was like, ooh, got to change this.
Oh, the one that we were going to do before?
So now that's got to wait till like December.
That's like in, well, now it's in November.
December.
It's November 21st.
There you go. That's going to happen. It's already written.
And then we have a lot of Dreamforce ones. So Dreamforce 14. So cool. Very cool. Well, let's get to some sort of real news or semi-news. First is I actually like this. This came out today, I think.
August 20th. That would be yesterday.
And it's an infographic from Salesforce. And again, sometimes they post stuff that's like, why sales CRM rocks? You're like, oh, please. But this one's kind of cool because it's an infographic. It's the 7 powerful predictors of a close-won opportunity, which is cool because there's a lot of, when we're talking about close-won opportunities, you can run a lot of the reports. I mean, we run tons of reports inside to figure out why things, go to close one. Some of these things are we've even seen, but they're very cool kind of things to think about.
I love this infographic.
Why is that?
I just love some of the things that they're communicating in it.
Yeah.
I just like stats, and I like when they're presented in a visually appealing way.
So it's at blogs.salesforce.com. Well, that is a definition of infographic.
I know, and you can do a really bad one where it's just a picture or a lot of numbers, or you could do a really good one like this one, which I feel is well done.
Right, or the one that we're going to build for our 200th episode.
We have our 100th episode one, which I think is pretty darn sweet, if you ask me.
We need to do a 200th episode one.
Do we?
Yeah.
Why?
We got to do something special for 200.
Why 200?
Well, why 100?
Well, 100's 100. It's like first 100. Well,
it's double then. Let's
no
make
big deal. Like 200 to me is like no big deal. No sweat.
Really?
Whatevs.
It's been another year and a half. It's been almost 2 years.
I'll wait till like 250.
No, we're going to do a 200. Why not? We'll do another fun one. So give me one of the ones that stuck out of here that
Number
jumped out
two.
Of Number two. All
Number
right.
two. Number of emails, a 4.8 times increase. So again, did we say what this was for? 7 powerful predictors of a closed won opportunity.
Right.
So these 7 sort of data points that show, how you can, how you can predict better, like the chances of winning an opportunity versus losing one. So number one is just a stat. You're going to lose 70% of your opportunities. Great. Number two,
it's interesting because that's not our stat.
Not our stat, but that's
we have a
stat.
We have a better percentage.
We do. And we break it out into subsections as well. Our win loss ratio.
New versus repeating business.
Correct.
Yeah, obviously repeating business is much, much easier.
But I like this number 2, number of emails. So with a lost opportunity, I guess this is like the average number of emails that are sent on an opportunity.
Right.
So on average, a lost opportunity, 7.2 emails. A won opportunity, 34.9 sent emails. So more communicating, better chance of closing. That's like 5 times the amount of emails being sent for a closed won opportunity as compared to a closed lost opportunity. And I think that's really important. Emails, I think just touches like conversations, whether it be phone calls, emails. I think phone calls are like worth almost 3 emails.
I would call them activities.
Yeah. I don't know why they went with email, but I guess that's the statistic. It's emails. I would think like a phone call to me could sometimes be worth 5 emails. Sometimes.
Maybe. Mine, and is the most clear, is number 6. If you didn't close fast, you're likely to lose. In the first 30 days, opportunities are most likely to be won than lost. After 6 months, there's less than 20% chance. So we actually ran this stat in our org as well, and it was right around 29, 30 days was the drop-off. And I think after 45 days, like the percentage just took a plummet. So, I mean, in some ways, these stats kind of, yes, if they're going to close one, it's going to go one soon. It's also the industry you're in. I remember when I worked back at the big company that shall not be named, the sales cycle to get, and this is when people were trying to get you to I was trying to get someone to come in, and not I personally, but the people who we represented, trying to get in, $10 million, that's not a 30-day close cycle. It was a 6 month. I think 6 month was the average to build a relationship with somebody and get them to invest and, bring you on as a person. So, obviously that I'm sure the 6 month period was more the drop off, but interesting stuff. Right. That's on blog.arkusinc.com.
There's a couple more. We'll leave you wanting more.
Yes, there's 7 of them. So we talked about 2. You can go read the other 5.
We'll leave you wanting more.
There you go. 5 more. And then kind of a phenomenon that's going on. I figured we'd talk about it because, I actually thought about talking about, I guess by saying it, I'm going to be talking about it, but Robin Williams. I was like, should we talk about Robin Williams? And I was like, okay. I mean, it's just been all over the news, and it's not really cloud news. It's not really internet news.
Not necessary for this podcast.
Okay. I'm just saying I will miss his comedy.
Fine.
But, okay. But
enough said.
In other interesting news is the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, which has gone crazy. I think you remarked right before this podcast, among other things that I won't repeat, but the thing that I will repeat is you said it's like blowing up my Facebook.
Forget Facebook anymore. It's like, just rename Facebook ALS Challenge.
Yes, it is.
The ALS Challenge app is now available to download. It's called Facebook.
That's funny.
It's like infesting my feed, and I'm like, done. I'm like, enough of this.
This is my thing with Facebook
donate.
and Topic. This is my thing with Facebook and Topics is, I think I said this, I don't know if I said this podcast, but my problem with Facebook now is that I want to be able to, like, what I would like out of Facebook is something I don't feel is there anymore, which is I want friends and family updates on their life events.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't happen
you're having
anymore.
a kid, you're pregnant, you had a nice birthday, like you went on a trip, I want to see that. You reposting someone else's bad myth about 20 things a tick can give you in Madagascar, I don't want that.
And every 8 posts is an ad. I don't need that either.
Yeah. Facebook is dying.
You're
anyway,
dying a death. But
the Ice Bucket Challenge is not dying, and
it's a real thing. And I have been thinking of it as like wow, what a genius development person. Like, what a genius fundraiser who thought up this Ice Bucket Challenge that just went what's that? Is that for real? Is that Community? What is that? That's not Community. That's Parks and Rec.
That's Parks and Rec. That's
what happened there.
It's my phone. That was my phone. I never have my phone ringer on.
Your phone ringer's on?
I have it on only for one reason, for the thing that I was going to show for my pick of the week. So I have an excuse.
No excuses.
Yeah, that's what my
Play
excuse.
like a champion.
I know. It's terrible.
Are you serious?
It's practice. It's practice.
Anyway,
sorry about that. That was Parks and Rec. That is my.
So whoever came up with this, and I'm sorry because I don't know, but whoever came up with the idea for this, to get like a really truly viral fundraising internet boon and sensation is genius stuff.
Yeah.
Like, now, what stinks about this is that I think, the message doesn't necessarily get out as much. Like,
right.
Like, it's not necessarily now about the message. It's about pouring ice on your head.
Right.
And as long as people donate to the cause, that's great.
But they're not calling it the Ice Bucket for whatever reason. They're calling it,
the ALS Ice Bucket
But that's
Challenge.
the thing. ALS is getting a lot of,
a lot of buzz.
A lot of buzz. They've raised, I think, millions of dollars because of it.
Tons of money, which is great.
Right.
And, good on the person who thought of this. Now, the imposters, the next people to try this, it ain't gonna work.
It's gonna be
It
terrible.
ain't gonna work, people. This works once.
That was my. It won't work once. There'll be a couple others that'll be like semi-successful. But I was like, that was my thought this morning when I was reading on this, and I was like, what is someone going to try to do to, like, is it going to be like smash an egg on your head? I mean, It's got to be something that obviously is uncomfortable. It's got to be something that you can video that's funny.
Video easy with your phone.
Right. And that it's got to be quick.
Action shots.
It's not like run a marathon because that would have already been done. I think it's great. I mean, I love that people are coming up with unique ways to raise awareness for things. It really almost goes back to Twitter because it's the hashtagging of stuff, like the hashtagging of everything, every show you watch, every game, everything,
television show on the planet.
Hashtag this, hashtag this.
Even when you watch the really bad shows, like the crappy shows on like the A&Es and the
Sorry,
Bravos
this isn't a explicit podcast.
No, but what'd I say?
You said crappy.
Crappy's not an explicit word.
Maybe
you repeated it.
It was a crappy way of saying crappy.
Now you've said it 3 times.
Well, we'll take it out in post.
Sure we will. If you watch those shows, those reality shows, they're asking you to they're basically telling you stop watching, even though the show's still going on. But go to your phone and vote on something and hashtag
no, wait.
this. And
I'm
do
sorry.
that
They're telling you to stop
this.
watching.
Pretty much. They're
sit
asking
there,
you to stop
sit
watching
as
the
I
show.
know you sit, and I sit I sometimes sit when I'm watching those
asking you
shows.
to stop watching the show. Basically.
No, but no
go
one
vote on something.
But no one watches
go
shows
vote.
anymore. No one watches shows.
I watch shows. What are you talking about?
First, it depends what type of shows. You might be unique. A lot of people sit with their laptops in their laps or their iPads or their iPhones.
You know what I've never tried? I don't know how we got from the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge
to second screens.
Yeah, I've never tried the
Never
like
even tried-
AMC Story Sync.
Never?
For any of those shows, for like Breaking Bad or I don't watch The Walking Dead anymore, but if I did,
that's sad.
It's a terrible show.
No.
It's so bad.
It actually hasn't gotten any worse. It's just as good as it was.
It's just as bad as it always been. It hasn't gotten worse.
It hasn't gotten worse.
That's a really fine compliment to pay to a television
It is.
show.
Well, some shows get worse. Some shows get better.
I took us way off base. But anyway.
So the blog post.
Thank you, Salesforce.
Well, the blog.salesforce.com is a blog post. But the interesting thing is they show a graph of like when it hit. And, it's basically August 17th.
Super inflection point.
And it was Drake and Justin Bieber. The only thing that I think I wish people would pay a little bit of attention to is while videos of celebrities putting, slamming money on their head to raise millions of dollars. Ice on their head.
Ice.
What I'd also like to see, because I'm looking at this list of people, Drake, Justin Bieber, Charlie Sheen, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah, Ryan. I see 4 of the richest people in America, and I'd like, I get the raising awareness piece, but how about each one of them throw $10 million in this bucket, and we'll have, a nice $100 million thing.
Let's not go bashing like Bill Gates's philanthropic endeavors.
Oh no,
not necessary.
No, he gives tons and tons of money. But I'm saying
that's also calling.
Mark Zuckerberg. It's another way to raise money. Give $10 million to the event. Anyway, I find it interesting. I have not donated yet, but I will. A friend actually asked me for a marathon donation this month, so that was my month.
There you go.
My donation. Actually, I did 2 this month. There was a cancer. A friend was walking something, and then someone was running a thing. I donated to
the wife and I just
ALS will be next month.
Just donated. We just donated 10% of our wedding gifts to 3 different charities.
Well, that's nice. That's a nice way of doing it.
Yeah. So we said before the wedding,
cash.
Wrote checks.
Oh, okay. Of the cash or of total value?
No, of total gifts given to us.
Oh, okay.
Money. Of total money given to us, we said we're going to take 10%
I didn't give you
of
money. You didn't take the 10% value of that. Okay.
You didn't give me any money, so I didn't take anything that you gave me and give away.
You should have given away one. You should give one of them.
Half of something.
One of them. Because
we said before our wedding, we said we're going to get a lot of money.
Right.
We're going to take 10% of it and donate it to a couple of different, one local, and then an animals thing.
Right.
Because we're into animals.
Yes.
So
that sounds wrong, but that's okay.
Well, no, animal shelter stuff.
Yeah. All right. I find so
people should do that. You're just being given money. Like you should kind of.
Here's one thing to spin this into to giving to charity. First of all, I like the theory, and maybe because I helped come up with it, is that giving to charity should be something that you don't think about on a yearly basis. You think about it on a every day of your basis. Instead of waiting to the end of the year and say, I'm going to donate so much, just give when it comes up. And don't have to give tons, but give when it comes up. The other thing is get creative. Like we used to buy Christmas cards. So every year we'd buy Christmas cards and send out, or holiday cards, sorry. We'd buy holiday cards. He looked at me like, oh, really? So we buy holiday cards and we send them out. And, we buy the Apple ones, where you get the really pretty with the pictures. And then, 1 year we were going to do it, and we were looking at the cost of it, and it was during Sandy. It was right after Sandy happened. And, there's that kind of wow, I'm about to spend, it was $350, $400 to and I think with its stamps and all that, to buy these things. And we're like, how about this year we just post a picture onto Facebook and we give that money to charity, and we split it up to Sandy events. And ever since then, we've just changed the way we do it. We don't do it anymore. We actually now either buy the cards from a charity, which is great because then 100% of the proceeds.
Arkus has done that.
Yep, that's right.
Arkus's holiday cards were.
That's right.
We've made a donation on your behalf.
I wonder where Arkus came up with that.
Don't know where that. I have no clue where that came from.
All right, well, moving on. So one thing what we just did, since Dreamforce is on its way.
We did just do this. Do you believe this, people who are listening, that you have to do this now?
Yeah, so we just got our booth design done and submitted. Yes, it's due in August for an event in October, which is way, way, way in advance. But it's just kind of interesting the way, I was maybe just going to, since we did that podcast about showing behind the scenes. This is a little bit of behind the scenes, the way we work.
I'm looking at it on the whiteboard right there.
So I think that's, just part of it is we collaborate inside of a room. We talk about it.
Podcast studio.
The podcast studio
served as an ideation.
That's right.
Area.
And then we go to a designer and we start getting designs, and we use Google Docs where we post the designs. This year I just posted every iteration so we could all comment and look at and post our feedback. And then, kind of go through that. So it's, it's like a group way of doing it. We're doing it in a doc. We're doing it shared and commenting. And then we get to the end of it and we're done. It was pretty quick. I mean, from design to done, I think it was 6 days.
It's because we're awesome.
Right. Well, anyway, so it's just interesting. Just the way, sometimes these things, there's always a thing like it has to get done, so then it gets done.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of Dreamforce.
Speaking of, I'm going right to dreamforce.com to see how much it costs.
Well, I'm going to say that we will be, if you want to see this booth, hold on. If you want to see this booth and all the time and energy we put into it, that'll be at N1032. So we're
all the early bird stuff's gone, by the way.
All the early bird's gone.
And up until October 12th, it is now just $12.99 to attend.
And is that the final price?
October 12th. That's the day it starts.
Okay, yeah. That's like the Sunday before.
Yeah. That's it.
Well,
$12.99,
can I get $100 off of that?
You sure can.
Tell me
you
how.
can get it down to $11.99 if you really want to. When you register at checkout, it'll ask you for a little promo code.
Yeah, baby.
You could type in these simple letters, or I guess characters. EC14 ARKUS. EC14 ARKUS for Arkus. Yeah.
So
that'll get you $100
but you can
off.
also break that down if you want to remember it. Exhibitor code 14 Arkus, the name of the company.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
Too.
It's exhibitor code
whatever.
14. I'm sure if we exhibit next year, it could be, let me guess, EC15 Arkus?
Hey, try EC15 Arkus and see if you get $200 off. Just give it a go.
That'd be funny. All right, well, let's get to our CloudFocus app pick. So did we determine?
Oh, no.
Did we determine that we were going to talk about Winter 14 next week? Did we put it on the next week?
Is that when my blog post is coming out?
That's when your blog post is going to be written next week.
If it'll be written, then I will have reviewed them by that point.
Okay.
Will you have reviewed them by that point?
I can read. So yeah, I'll read Winter 14. We'll do a Winter 14.
We'll commit to that.
Release love.
You know what though? They're still pre-release right now.
All right.
I get hesitant about that
because they change.
They change.
We'll pick a couple things.
All right, we'll pick things that don't seem like they're gonna slip
or we'll pick
out
things
of
we like, and then we'll talk about it again. Everybody likes to talk about release.
I don't have a pick.
You do not have a pick?
No.
Do I need to do a double pick?
Yep.
That's terrible.
I don't have a pick. It's 187 episodes in. I'm picking Winter 15.
No, you can't pick
Why?
that.
You
That's
picked
terrible.
Spring 12.
I did, but I actually knew it, and I liked it. You can't do that.
You can't know a release and like it.
All right.
I'm picking notification banners.
No, you can't pick that either.
Yes, I can.
Nope.
I can do whatever I want.
Nope. I'm going to do double picks, and now you're going to make me pick...
Just pick, like, 6 things and be done with it.
Pick
Pick whatever it was that you turned your ring around for.
Well, that's going to be my pick. I'm going to... For you, I'm gonna pick a pick for you.
Pick something that I use that I just don't even realize.
No. I'm gonna pick something that you don't use, that you haven't used.
Have I ever
picked Salesforce Labs project?
Have I ever picked Reflector?
No.
I haven't? Do you know that for a fact?
I don't know.
Because I would pick that because I used it just this morning.
All right, go ahead. Tell us what Reflector is.
Well, I might have picked it already.
It doesn't matter. I don't remember you picking it.
Oh, I haven't. All right, Reflector. Reflector.app.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not the best in the business for no reason.
I have to find out if this is for just
What is Reflector? Tell the
All
audience.
Right, so it's actually for iPads, iPhones, or iPod touches.
Okay.
You can mirror wirelessly your device onto a Mac, Windows, or Android device.
So it's an app that runs on both sides?
No, it runs on the Mac
Yeah.
or the PC or the Android device. And then if they're on the same like Wi-Fi, it uses AirPlay to just mirror the phone or the iPad or the iPod Touch right onto the screen, and it does portrait, landscape. It knows like when you're flipping the phone around. So there's no install on the phone itself. The app is on the computer, and it is great.
On the computer?
It's on the computer, and it's great for doing demos of mobile stuff. It's great for showing somebody like,
hey, this is new cool Salesforce One mobile app that I'm developing,
and I want you to see why. Like, I need you to see this,
right? And
like,
so then you can share that over GoToMeeting.
Correct.
It's probably the use case you were doing.
I was doing that this morning.
Look at that. You came with absolutely nothing, and
I came with nothing, and then I
picked something
came away
good.
with something good. So Reflector is.
I just went to check the thing that you were reflecting, and I noticed that.
That was as of this morning.
Okay. I love that everybody's like, really? You guys are just going to do this to us?
Talk about it? So you can get it for 20% off right now if you go to, the name of the company is funny, airsquirrels.com/reflector. I know it sounds a little weird, but it's real. You can get it for $10.39. And if you're demonstrating stuff with, mobile stuff, and you need to demo it on bigger screens, if you need to share it with other people, it's just a very simple way to do this. No muss, no fuss, just right over AirPlay, all built in, really nice. So, Reflector from Air Squirrels.
Air Squirrels.
Air Squirrels. I think that's who it's by.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have not used it, but it sounds like a cool app. All right, so my app is going to be. It is something that you're gonna love. But you're gonna hate that I can't use it on the air.
Oh well, I don't like that.
But you're gonna love it. So this is a little bit. This is in my getting ready. I saw this. Oh well, the truth is I was in Songza today, and I saw an ad. For something. So then I went from Songza to this website where they had clips of this show, and then the show had this app, and then the app I had to download and play with. It's called The League Trash Talk.
Oh, I need that right now.
I told you. So, and I can't play it because it's for mature audiences.
Super mature, but we can play with that in a minute.
In a minute, we will play with it.
We will definitely.
So for all of you, so I'll make the pick a double pick, which is The League, a show which is about a bunch. It's a comedy show, situation comedy on FXX. I did that right? It's FXX.
It is on FXX,
and it is it's a show about.
By the way, I'm going to cut you off. I'm on Reflector's website here. And companies using Reflector, Salesforce.
Of course they are. There you go.
Okay, your turn.
All right, so it is. So there's a show, and it's about a bunch of people who, couple. I guess it's couples and brothers and whatever, who are all in a fantasy football league together.
Yes, they are.
It came out. I think this is 5th season, 4th.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
5 sounds right.
Yeah.
Maybe even 6.
And it's got a bunch of comedians in it. They're very, very funny. They come up with a lot of funny things.
A lot of lines or words that just become part of the vernacular.
Right. Our vernacular.
And anyone who watches the show knows what you're talking about.
I was watching the show, like a repeat of it a while ago, and they used one of the words, and I went, wait, I used that word. And then I realized I got it from them. I didn't remember I got it from them. We use it so much.
I love when my wife uses
one of the
league words.
Like when you cook a bunch of eggs together.
Yes, I love when she uses that.
We use that a lot.
Oh, man. It's so great. I laugh every time.
So anyway, it's a funny, funny show. You don't have to be a fantasy football person to like it.
My wife watches it, and she hates football.
Right. And hates fantasy football.
Despises football and all things about it.
How can you have someone in your life who despises football?
She hates it. You know why? Because it takes me away from her for a whole day.
I don't think that's why she despises it.
No, it is. Ask her. That's how much she loves me.
That's not even married 3 months. In 2 years, she's going to really love football because it takes you away for a whole day.
I can't wait for that to happen.
It's going to come. Anyway, so the app is called The League Trash Talk. Now, it is a terrible app.
Where is my phone? Why have
I don't
downloaded
know. It basically, all it does is there's the different people from the league, and then every time you click on them, it plays one of their sound bites. And then
randomly?
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't know what it's going to say.
But then you can set a lineup of your favorite ones.
Oh, okay.
And then you can, whenever you click that, you get one of your favorite ones.
I can't wait to use this at home later and just be like pretending like I'm playing on my phone and she's going to talk to me and I'm going to hit.
Well, a couple things. It's not enough of them. There's only like 6 or 7 per.
Is every character on there, though?
Every character's on.
Is Rafi on there?
Oh, no. Not even
we're
side
totally
characters.
Missing out.
So, yeah, there's a lot that could be added to it, but it's fun. Anyway, so if you're a league fan.
Thinking about it.
You're laughing thinking about it?
Yes, I just want to use it right now.
Anyway, well, we'll get off the podcast then. So next week we'll be back to talk about Winter 15. The League Smack Talk is free. It's available on the App Store. I think it's for Android. I did see it for Android as well. It's really a one-hit wonder. Try it.
This is an ad, basically.
Yeah, it's an ad, but it's funny, and it took me a good 10 minutes this morning to play with it and enjoy it. We'll be back next week with another podcast. Again, we'll do some Winter 14 pre-release love. We'll both have read the pre-release notes. Until then, you want to follow Justin at Just Edelstein. Follow me at Jason M. Atwood. Follow the company at Arkus Inc. We're on Facebook.com/Arkus Inc. We're in the Success Community Group. So there's a Success CloudFocus Weekly Community Group. Go join there. We sometimes post polls and things in there and take special things. We're on LinkedIn, Google+. Subscribe and listen in iTunes and in Stitcher. We'd love more reviews on Stitcher. Please do. Just type in CloudFocus Weekly Stitcher, and you can review us there. That would be great. Until next week, Justin and Jason saying, enjoy those cloudy days.